question: what father wound are you currently healing? Before I move on to the three piles, I want to take out some charms and understand what a healthy divine masculine stands for. So let's ask the angels and take a look at the charms that I have made as to what a healthy divine masculine energy feels like. Okay. Very interesting how some of the charms came out. So these are beautiful charms that came out for a healthy divine masculine energy. They all tie together very beautifully. Let me start with this charm. So this is the main. So we associate the sun as the divine masculine energy, just like we associate Mother Gaia as divine feminine energy. Both the earth and moon we consider as feminine energies, and we consider sun and the sky as masculine energies. And I also have a similar charm like this with black center, but this is red center, which means that this stands for not only the sun, but this stands for the solar plexus chakra, which is here. When it's red, it represents that it is driven by love. That is, the choices that we make in our lives is driven by love and not fear. We all have both masculine and feminine energies in ourselves, within ourselves, and a healthy balance of both is what we are ultimately seeking. But sometimes, because of our experiences that we go through in our life, especially our childhood, we can have father figures, authority figures, or mother figures that they they have an impact on this type of beliefs that we start to hold in our lives, and that we keep playing out over and over again even after we grow up. And so that's why it's important as adults to recognize those beliefs and patterns and heal ourselves of all the wounds that we might have experienced in our childhood. Like I am currently working through my father wounds, and that's because when we have these father wounds, we often have low self-esteem, we don't have confidence or a sense of security, and we find it hard to respect any masculine figures in our lives as well. And whatever masculine figures that we do attract into our reality, be it authority figure or a partner, they we don't we don't end up having utmost respect for them, or we don't trust them or feel secure. So that's why when we are imbalanced in ourselves, when our solar plexus chakra, the choices that we make, how we view ourselves, and how connected we are to our own divine masculine and feminine energies determines how our reality looks like in the external. So it's interesting that this charm came out for a healthy divine masculine energy, which is choices driven by love and not fear, connecting to the divine masculine energies of the sun. The other charm that is interesting is this charm of Mother Gaia. So as I already mentioned, we have both masculine and feminine energies that we need to balance out, and I was just listening to some very interesting podcasts today, and there it was mentioned that divine masculine energy is actually born out of divine feminine energy, and that's why it's interesting that this charm, which is actually the divine feminine energy, came out. And so divine masculines, a healthy divine masculine energy, is also very nurturing towards the feminine, very respectful, very supportive, just like the tree supports all beings on the planet, right from insects, birds to human beings. Divine masculine, the healthy divine masculine, is supportive and very nurturing to the feminine energies. This charm is, protective. The masculine role is to protect. So oftentimes this is mistaken by parents as they think they need to protect children from experiences themselves, which is not the right way to live life, because they're actually doing them more harm than doing them favor. They think that by making choices for their children, what they think is right is going to benefit them, whereas a healthy masculine figure in your life would allow the children to make their own right or wrong choices, giving them advice and guidance, but not forcing them to make a certain choice which they think is right, because the truth is there are no right or wrong choices. And that's why, a good dynamic is one where you feel supported in your own choices, whether they think that is right or wrong, giving the love and support to make their own choices, protecting them in the sense that being there for them, um, being there for them, not only protecting their physical body but also like their emotional and mental state of beings. For example, many people think that just by keeping their children at home would make them feel safe, but that is not true. That damages them emotionally and mentally, in fact, if they are too overprotected or restricted in their place, in their houses. And a healthy masculine energy is one who protects them from their own limited beliefs, um, who allows them freedom of thought, who allows them to explore, who allows them to live, to be free and not tie them down. The other charm that is very interesting here is that of peace. A healthy divine masculine energy is one which is at peace within themselves. They have a healthy balance of ambition, as this charm indicates. This is basically the scroll of academic excellence, or that's how I generally associate it with. But it's not that they have unhealthy desire to always attain, acquire and achieve, overachieve, but they have this sense of peace within themselves where they do things for the fun of it, to expand their own consciousness, to not to prove themselves to anybody, but to simply grow and expand and enjoy the experience without the fear of winning or losing. um, a healthy masculine energy does not um, dictate to do certain things a certain way. They allow the person their own freedom to expand and grow in their care and protection, in their support. The person whom can be relied upon when needed, but does not micromanage, sort of. And they keep their own personal interests and desires. They don't throw their personal interests and desires upon the other people in their life. Like, they don't live through their children, or for example, an unhealthy masculine figure, authority figure such as a boss, would be one who has personal interests. Like, if you have like a PhD advisor, let's say, and If it is an unhealthy masculine energy, then they would keep their own personal interests before making sure that you are growing or evolving or not. For example, if you are sad or feeling low, they are not going to care very much. They are going to cut your pay and give you and throw you out of the job, because they are not benefiting from your presence in their group. That is a very unhealthy masculine energy. Whereas on the other hand, a healthy masculine figure would be one where they would understand that once you have understood and grown out of that dark period, even though they might not be, they can reduce, they have to hold back their expectations at that time from you, because you are dealing with your own thing. A healthy masculine figure would understand that and not pressurize or control you to do things how it is expected to, and if you don't perform, you're thrown out. Like, that is an unhealthy masculine energy. And a healthy masculine energy would be someone who doesn't want you to prove themselves to them. They are simply there to nurture and grow and help the person evolve into their best self, not asking other people to help expand their own personal group, or to get more papers or articles published or winning titles for the group so that they can get more validation and show off to other people. That is an unhealthy masculine energy. The other trait of a healthy masculine figure is one of commitment. They are loyal and committed. They are not driven by like, they don't go by comparing, oh, they are more beautiful, or they are more intelligent, or they are more wealthy, or they are more whatever, they will not hold your worth because you have certain things. Their love is going to be unconditional and it's going to be loyal. And every single one of us deserves to be in a relationship where there are no unhealthy expectations or unrealistic expectations of you, where you are accepted and loved just the way you are, because you deserve to, and source made you that way. And we are all evolving and growing and nobody's perfect, but these certain standards that society holds, that we need to be a certain way, that is an unhealthy masculine energy again. So a healthy masculine energy is going to be like loving and nurturing just the way you are, accepting you, and not being distracted or feeling like there's something better elsewhere, not having that sense of insecurity that they are missing out on something else, or something like that. They are very secure in themselves and in their commitments and relationships. They don't expect they would not expect somebody to be a certain way for them to be able to be loved unconditionally. This and this, they have similar meaning here for me. And this says that a healthy masculine knows how to be vulnerable. This is typically a zombie charm, because how it is shown here with his brain exposed, his heart exposed, and his intestine exposed. This is the charm of vulnerability, where a healthy masculine is not afraid to speak their thoughts, to speak their emotions, is well aware of their thoughts and emotions, and trusts the divine feminine with his intimate thoughts and feelings. Like, that is a very intimate, a form of intimacy for the divine masculine, to be able to share his thoughts, emotions, feelings with someone. So that is another trait that a healthy masculine figure will hold. The other is that, as we all already know that, and generally see, is that a healthy masculine has a very good sense of decision making, strategy, planning, and structure. So but that is not to the extent of over exploiting themselves or chasing something to find happiness. No, it is very much in alignment with their intuition, their feminine and masculine balanced energy. where their action is driven by their intuition, by their inspiration. This is the charm of the third eye, and our third eye is very subtle and often subdued when we are very fearful or anxious, and so we kind of it is our duty to find those moments throughout the day where we can just sit silently and meditate and calm our mind, so that we are able to hear the voice of our intuition. And this takes practice, but it is something very real. And when we start following our intuition and our actions are driven by inspiration, we create magic in our life. And that's the interpretation that the charms have been like are showing of how a healthy masculine energy looks like, and how beautifully it is laid out with the intuition and the third eye in the center, and all the beautiful attributes of a healthy masculine on the side. So this was longer than expected, but this I felt was very helpful to me also, because this is something that I struggle to relate as well. um, it's very hard to find balanced masculine energies, so it is good that the sun came out today and showed us what a healthy masculine energy looks like and what we should expect. And we should not settle for anything less than this standard, and we should work on ourselves so that we are able to attract somebody as healthy as this, so that we can live a more fulfilled, happy and abundant life. And I hope you found this helpful as much as I did, and if you did, please leave a like. But this is not the end of the reading. After this, we are going to take 3 piles, and we are going to understand what each pile may be healing, what father wound they may be healing, in distorted masculine energy they may be currently healing. So I look forward to seeing you there. So see you later. Hello everyone. So we are asking the charms today, what father wound masculine energy are you currently healing? And we have 3 piles to choose from. First charm, first sorry, first stone crystal is the citrine crystal, and this is related to the sacral chakra. For pile 2, we have fluorite, and this is the crystal of the heart chakra. And for pile 3, we have honey calcite, and this stands for the solar plexus chakra. So whatever pile you are drawn to, you can choose one or more than one piles, and you will find the timestamps for them in the description box below. Hello pile 1, those of you who chose this citrine crystal, let's take a look at what father wound are you currently healing. Okay. Let's take a look. Interesting. Okay, pile 1, so the charms that came out for you are actually quite directly related to the sacral chakra, which is the chakra of creativity, passion, drive, intimacy. So it is, I can see here with this candy and balloon charm that as a child you you were not very close to your father, in the sense that he kept his distance from you, and you had all the things that they thought you needed to be happy, which is candy and balloons, and you had all those things. But what is shown here is that there was, oops, so this charm is of Little Mermaid diving into the depths of the ocean. Isn't this beautiful? So this charm, as well as this charm, which is, a child being close to her mother, and that's what is shown here, that they thought they were giving you everything that they didn't have probably as a child, which is probably they were not they had financial issues, and so they took care of your material needs, but the emotional depths that a child also craves as um, craves was missing. And there was no there was barely any emotional or mental intimacy. You may feel in the present moment that your parents, your father, it can either be this father wound that I'm talking about. It can either come from your mother or father, and because the masculine energy is in everyone, and so this may have come from anybody in your family. But the thing is that there you felt some emotional distance either from your mother or father, or both. um, they thought they were taking care of your physical needs, and probably they did their best, because probably they did not have that in their childhood, and that's what they grew up to ensure that you had. And yes, we have to be grateful to them for that, but still it was missing in the emotional aspect. And the emotional depths of this relationship were not reached. And today, it is possible that you might feel that they don't really know who you are as a person, because they were only concerned about your material needs and never really understood what you stand for, what your beliefs are, what you think, because probably they never allowed themselves to be close to you. So that is one thing that is definitely coming through here, is the thing that you're currently healing is the emotional intimacy with the masculine energy. The other thing that is coming here is that that you might currently be healing is, this is the charm of this person with a belly. And so there may have been he like the father figure in your life, he may have these patterns of overeating or unhealthy eating habits, where either whatever they consumed was unhealthy, or they um, like they may have snacks that are unhealthy, or they eat while um, they not being present while they're eating, not being conscious of what you're eating, not being grateful for what you're eating, and eating without checking in with your body, sort of eating habits. So they may have these compulsive disorders, and I'm not speaking this lightly, and this is only in an extreme case, but I'm just putting it out there. Like, we eat compulsively when we are under stress, like before exams. You might have often noticed there are people who like to eat too much, or there are people who don't eat at all. So these are all stress coping mechanisms that are unhealthy and need healing. So those sort of patterns your father figure, authority figure might have had, that you have inherited, sort of, and you're currently working through now. Or yeah, something along the lines of not maintaining physical health, not exercising, um, yeah, not exercising, not taking care of your body, your vessel, not respecting yourself, and not loving your body. um, like they might not have respected their body, because we go through so much every day that it can become too overwhelming to take care of our body. That becomes one of the last priorities sometimes, because you're always like running after the survival needs, to ensure that our family has food and we have food and everything is done and sorted and all of that. So our physical body ends up being neglected. So that is a pattern that you might be healing currently as well. And I don't want you to be triggered by this. This message here is to increase the awareness, because when we are aware, we are already started the healing process. Awareness is the first step towards healing. So I don't want you to feel judged or feel sad that you have so many things that you need to go through. These are all lessons that we sign up for before coming on this planet as a soul, because these experiences help us evolve as beings, and that is a gift of life. That is of experience. Nobody is perfect. Even after you have worked through this, you might say that now am I perfect? No, we are always growing. There's always something to improve upon. So don't take this as a discouraging message. This is a healing message, and only meant to increase awareness. Um, and here I'm already seeing that you are doing very well already in balancing these things out, but because these charms came out, I feel the need to say this, but if you're feeling triggered, I did not mean to trigger you at all. In fact, I want to tell you that universe is with you, loving you, supporting you through this, and don't feel disheartened. And I know it's easier said than done. I am also currently going through the same issues. All the piles that I do the reading for, they are generally a part of myself as well. So they are something that I am also currently working through. So yeah, this is only beneficial and to heal, and not to judge at all. Okay, so let's go to the last thing, which is of this is the charm of overworking. You might be, because probably you did not get the intimacy you so crave for in relationships, somebody to rely on, somebody to support you, somebody to just be with, and feel like all your problems are gone, sort of a person. And that is something that you deserve, okay? And because you are probably or currently healing through this, the relationships that you might have attracted in your past, you might have tried to prove your worth to them, because you wanted their respect, you wanted their love. So you might have overworked yourself in a way. Either you overwork yourself in a job that you're currently healing, or you overwork yourself in a relationship. Maybe you give too much of yourself in a relationship. Giving a balance and equal and healthy amount is good, but giving too much of yourself away is actually detrimental. And you might be overworking or overgiving yourself away in relationships, or even to get some approval or love or validation from people. Like you might make food for people, or like you might uh, feel like these are some of the examples, not necessarily yours, but there are some things that are coming up in my mind of how people overwork themselves. So in a career situation, they may always be on the top, which is good, but they might do extra all the time to ensure that their boss is happy, and to like even at the point where they are forcing themselves, they're not really happy doing it, but they're forcing themselves so that they can feel safe and a feeling of security. Or in a relationship, that would mean where you're always the one making the meals for the other person, so that to take care of them, as you may feel that they are always tired from their work, so let me do this little thing for them. But you may be doing it to the point where you are the only one doing it. You might be doing all the chores and the house, so that just over giving yourself to a point which is unhealthy. This might not be true for you, but I just wanted to mention it. So this is something that you are also currently healing in, as a father related wounded masculine energy. And all of this, lack of intimacy with your masculine figure in your life, and the need for approval, because probably they didn't appreciate you also, because of their own stress and anxiety and not being happy with themselves. They might have not also been happy with you and not been the most appreciative and loving towards you. And so that might have given you this a low self-esteem that you're currently working through and healing. And now you are finding your voice again. And look how you're finding your voice back, like a loudspeaker, my god. So you're finding your voice again, and you understand now that you are important, you are lovable, and you are attractive, and you deserve to be loved and appreciated in a relationship. And you are knowing, you are becoming aware of your self-worth, that you are the co-creator. And by healing these wounds, you will be able to attract abundance, unlimited abundance into your life. And you are not scared anymore to be your authentic self, to share your truth and feelings and emotions and thoughts with people anymore. And you are gaining this balance, which is here the heart, the brain, and the third eye. And you're gaining this beautiful, beautiful balance of masculine, feminine energy within you. You are probably very intuitive, even though you might not be consciously aware of it, but your intuition is very strong and balanced right now. So whatever you're being guided to, probably your intuition guided you to this reading as well. And that is how your intuition works. It guides you. This just an like an idea of feeling to do something. That's how intuition shows up in our lives. And by following those little things one after the other, you are moving along in your healing journey, and that is so beautiful. You're also becoming very independent. See how this girl has set certain boundaries and detached from the past people and hurts. So this may be your family that might have left you feeling wounded, but now you are understanding that you no longer want to be following the same patterns that probably they have followed through generations. By you becoming aware of these patterns, aware of yourself, aware that how precious, divine, beautiful, and intelligent you are as a being on this planet, just like everyone else. You deserve love, you deserve acceptance, you deserve respect, and you deserve to have high standards. And you have made a conscious choice to detach yourself from people and situations that do not serve you. And that's how you're healing your father related wound, the wounded masculine energy. And you're finding your own balance, and you're connecting to both your masculine and feminine energies equally in a balanced way. uh, okay, so that was a long reading, but I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like, and wish you lots and lots of love, and proud of you to be able to recognize all of these things, and being strong enough to listen to yourself, your intuition, and realize your true potential. Lots of love and light to you. Okay, see you later. Hello, Pile 2. Those are you choose this beautiful crystal of fluorite. Oh, it feels so cool and refreshing. Okay, so let's take a look at what masculine energy are you currently healing? What, or in other words, what father wound are you currently going through? Lots and lots of charms for you guys. Let's take a look. Interesting. I don't think I have had these many charms. I know it doesn't look too many, but This is still the most maximum charms that I think I have had till now in my readings. Ooh, look at that. 2 charms on that. So, pile 2, what you guys are evolving through imbalance, the masculine in energy that has been wounded, is the heart space. So, this whole pile is talking about that, and as you can see here, the connections that you have in your life, they are very much root chakra based, and the heart connections, they are closed off right now. And this might be true probably because of certain patterns and beliefs that you might have picked up from your family, whoever you think of as the divine masculine in your family. They might have had connections where they might have felt betrayed, and so their heart space, they closed off their heart space to protect it, and they started focusing on the material things, the material aspect, the physical aspect that the life has to offer to them. And so they started working towards their pentacles, which is all the material, their career, their money, the job, whatever material aspect, the non-emotional aspect, they could focus on. They kind of started focusing on that because probably their heart space was either so hurt in the past and unhealed that it got completely closed off and wounded, or perhaps there was a belief in the family that these emotions, they stop you from your success, or the more you bring your emotions into your work, the less likely you are to be successful, something on those lines, where emotions were disregarded and completely like thought of as something that is not important and only acts as a distraction. And that's what is shown in this. This is a charm of a perfectly folded neat shirt, and so you strive towards perfection in your work related environment. And you probably might have also seen that in your family, this is the charm of the lips holding a toffee. And how I look at it is, when we have a imbalanced masculine energy, when we are either sugar coating the things that we are saying, the sugar coating the truths, not to be compassionate but to make the situation to our advantage, to use the situation to our advantage. Sugarcoating, that is an imbalanced masculine energy that you might have seen your elders do, or your people in your reality do, and so you might have picked up that you have to always, serve other people's ego and not disrespect or say anything conflicting to what the people in authority, your bosses, your elders, like you're not supposed to make any contradictory or conflicting statements, even if it's even if it's in a healthy way. You might have seen the masculines in your life to be subservient almost, to get their work done, sort of, or maybe they say one thing and mean another. Like they would seem sweet on your face, but behind your back they would bitch about you or something like that. That is imbalanced, unhealthy masculine energy again. And so you may have seen these things which you are currently healing through yourself. Like here in these 2 charms, what this tells me is that, here this is the charm of intimacy, where like this 2 people are cozy and cuddly in the bed, and here the other person is sleeping all alone in his bed. So this tells me that you desire this level of intimacy with somebody, but you almost think of it as a distraction. And so though you want this to happen in your heart space, but because your heart space is closed off, you end up being by yourself mostly. Like, you might think of connections or close relationships as distractions. Like, you think of probably you might have seen the people in your reality thinking of relationships as a waste of time, as something that is not rewarding. And so that is a belief that you're also currently healing from. You might have a partner in your life, but you might be so focused on your work that you probably are not open to this level of intimacy with the partner, because you have seen the masculine in your life to always focus on work, 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 and not so much on building healthy relationships. And that is one thing that and this imbalanced masculine energy is actually keeping you caged away from your true success. So I almost see like this is the higher self, your higher self, and this is almost like, like caged inside. Sort of, because the heart space is right now blocked because of these patterns that existed in the divine masculine um, around you. And so it's almost like keeping you from your true success, in a sense. Like, um, your true happiness is not just material needs. Like, this if this is what we follow, like if you're only focused on achieving one thing after the other in the physical material, but the truth is that the fulfillment is felt in the heart. It is when you are in the energy of gratitude that you feel fulfilled and happy. And if your heart space is closed off, no matter how much you achieve or how much fame you gather or how much rich you become, if our heart space remains closed, we may have everything in the world but not know how to enjoy it. And that's why it becomes so important to uncage ourselves from these limited beliefs. This cycle talks about actually cycles. So this cycle talks about moving away from these cycles and exploring. So this charm is the sand timer, and you know how the sand flows from one part of the sand timer to the other very like easily and in under gravity, like flowing with gravity, like flowing with the universe. So you're almost being guided to walk this path, to take on this new journey with this bike. This is the charm of following your own path, and you're almost being guided to follow your path, to exploring your heart, to uh, to understanding and becoming aware of what makes your heart rejoice. And it is understandable that work is going to be one part of it. That is true, because that is a masculine, that is how, like, we feel fulfilled, and that is a way of creation, like what you are creating. Now the question you should ask yourself at this point is, what I create in my work, am I happy with that? And if I am not happy with that, why is it that I'm not happy with it? Is it because I don't enjoy the work that I do, or is it because I do enjoy the work that I do, but I don't give my heart into it because I tend to follow other people's ideas and instructions, override my own ideas and creations? So a healthy collaboration in any project is welcome, because it is more expansive and more wider perspective, resonating with more people. But only listening to other people's ideas on your project, the work that you're doing, it might make you feel less of yourself. And that's why it's important that you listen to what your heart is guiding you to do. And yes, acknowledging other people's inputs, but also yours, because your perspective, your input is just as important in the work that you do. And so these charms that you're on this side, the right side, is that your true happiness and success lies in you awakening, you're opening up your heart. And how you can do that is really through meditation, to unblocking yourself by telling yourself that it is safe for me to trust, it is safe for me to love. Whatever the past has shown you that you deserve more and you're worthy of much more than what you have seen till now, and to just expect more from life, to allow yourself all the abundance that you deserve in your work, in your relationships, in everything that you do. You deserve to feel happy and fulfilled, and explore what your heart desires, whether it's some crazy idea that pops up or a crazy feeling that you have towards somebody. Pursue it, just explore it. Nobody knows the end thing. Most of the things that we have are come through exploring. One thing leads to the other, and that's how we flow through life. And we cannot disregard these ideas and thoughts that are divinely guided by thinking, wow, this is so random, what this doesn't make sense, why did I even think of that? But the actual truth is, those are divinely guided inspirations given to you through your subconscious mind. So make sure you are noting them down, whatever is coming to you, and following them through, because that is going to lead you to your true abundance. And open yourself up to connections that are more heart-based, that are more emotional, they are more understanding, and they are more fulfilling. And that's how you're gonna heal your that's what you're healing currently, the wounded masculine in yourself. And I hope you found this helpful, and please feel free to leave a like, and wish you lots of love and light. Welcome, pile 3, those of you who chose this beautiful honey calcite. Let's take a look at what divine masculine energies are you currently healing by looking at your charts. So we're asking, what divine masculine energies are you currently healing? Oh, look at that. We got the wounded masculine charm in your... That's interesting. Ooh, this is a lot of money charm. See how much shopping you're doing. Okay. So the divine masculine energy, this is literally the charm of wounded divine masculine energy. Which is interesting that it came out. So what you are healing right now is probably you have a lot of people in your life who depend on you for their living, and probably only take it if it resonates. This may be one of the scenarios that you, while growing up, did not experience the same abundance. You felt like probably you had to restrain yourself in some way because the divine masculine in your life was not able to provide for all your needs. And so what that has how that has impacted your subconscious mind is that you probably this is the charm of the sand timer, and you probably work extra. You probably overwork and do extra and find of all the ways how you can create financial stability for yourself and the people who depend on you. And you make sure that everybody is safe and secure and everybody's needs are met. But what needs healing here is that you may be just like this charm indicates, this hand full of coins, and the hand is openly giving away money. And this is also the charm of money. So this is a lot to do with the finances, and so you may be giving away all of your hard-earned money to the people who depend on you. So this is the charm of codependency. So there may be your children, your family, or whoever is in your life, they may be depending on you. And so you find this you have this pressure on yourself that you need to work more and more, and like you almost like squeeze yourself, in every way possible, so that you can ensure that you always have more than enough, and you always so that nobody has to like think twice before they want to buy anything. And that is good, but the thing that you needs healing is that probably the people that you are earning all this money for, they are so this is the shopping bag actually. So this is also a shopping bag, and this is also a shopping bag. This guy has two bags on him, you know. So probably they are spending more without actually needing it. It's more wasteful, I would want to put it like that, in the sense that they just have, and so they are spending it. So it's not that they it's much worth to them. Like, it's not worth you working extra hard and giving all of yourself away for something that is not even that fulfilling for the people who are dependent on you. Yes, it's a good thing to make sure that the people who depend on you are provided for. That's a healthy masculine trait. But overworking yourself by thinking that whatever they desire, they will get it, whether it is more or less, like like you don't even want to ask if they really need it or not. It's just that if they thought of it, they'll get it without any like understanding whether it's necessary or not. And you might think, what's wrong in that? But the thing is, um, our true happiness and fulfillment does not come by acquiring too many things in our lives. It only creates messy situations. When we overexploit, we this way of acquiring more and more for yourself is sort of indirectly over exploiting our planet, Mother Earth. And that is, you might say, a very far-fetched thing, but you know, every intention, every action that you do has an impact, and it will come back, and it comes back to us as well. And so it leads to an over exploitation. So happiness and fulfillment, they come through simplicity, by keeping our desires in a healthy balanced state, where we are not looking towards the external things for fulfillment and happiness. We are so abundant within ourselves that we don't really need anything externally to be happy. And to be honest, anything externally cannot fulfill us or make us happy, because and yes, and so this stone, this is yellow stone, and this represents the solar plexus chakra, and we have so much yellow in your pile as well, like the money charm and all of that. So that's very interesting. But yes, this is what you are healing currently, is that understanding balance of things, understanding that it is from within that we find fulfillment and not externally. And it's not worth it to overexploit ourselves for something that is not even fulfilling, you know. Like, more does not mean better is a very important mantra that you might want to note, that more is not better, that life simplicity is what will bring me happiness, that it is inner fulfillment and abundance that will actually make me happy. And it is good to take care of the physical needs, but either not enjoying it for ourselves. You might be working this hard and not really enjoying all this wealth yourself as well. Like, taking time to just acknowledge and be and appreciate all the hard work that you've put in and all that you have gained till now, and check all those compulsive needs that may show up as wanting to do more and more, because you don't want your family to ever feel that they have to hold back their needs or desires. You cannot fulfill everything externally. They must do the inner work and fulfill themselves from inside, because just like Mother Gaia, as we exploit her more and more externally for our material satisfaction, you are doing the same thing to yourself. You're over exploiting yourself and depleting yourself on the inside. Everything is a mirror, everything in our subconscious is reflected externally as well. As you heal yourself through this and balance out your masculine feminine energies, you will be able to enjoy all this wealth that you have created for yourself, and your family will be able to appreciate it more as well. So that was your reading. I hope you found that helpful, and if you liked it, please give it a like, and wish you lots of love and light.